Hi, good morning. Myself Commandant Yogesh Datta, a psychologist assessor from AFPA. Today, I will bring out the most important aspect of a candidate appearing for the SSB test. The common mistake which he generally do, and such that he is not able to get through during the testing process. So basically, I just like to bring out the important aspect of those qualities which we look into during the psychological testing by an assessor. If he is not giving his responses in the right manner, if he has got some reflection about his past experiences, if he has got some preconceived idea, if he has got something which doesn't allow him to put him a lot of pressure and stress such that his handwriting becomes ineligible, such that his responses are not clear to the assessor to be assessed, then there will be a point where basically he will miss a lot. The candidate will miss a lot, and actually he might get rejected and not able to get through to get selected for the armed forces. So I'll just bring out in brief about those 7 mistakes which I feel a candidate should avoid when he appears for the psychological testing during the assessment. Okay. Now, point number 1. Unbiased mind. What is unbiased mind? A candidate, when he's appearing in the morning for his psychological testing, he should make sure that he doesn't carry any baggage of stress from the day prior, or might be anything which is beyond a particular time, such that those reflection of his past memories are brought out during the testing process when he's writing his stories, looking at the picture. ऐसा होता है कभी कभी कि हम जो चीज़ें पुरानी हो चुकी होती हैं उसके रिफ्लेक्शंस हमारे पास रहती हैं, वही रिफ्लेक्शन पे बेसिकली हम अपनी स्टोरी को बायस और बेस करते हैं, और ऐसा होता है कि देन वी मेक लॉट ऑफ मिस्टेक्स देयर आफ्टर. द स्ट्रेस विल नॉट अलाउ यू टू give a right feedback about what a person want to write. It sometimes become preconceived, and sometimes even become such that literally the candidate is not able to write justifiable stories during the 4 minutes time which has been allotted to him. For that, what I can just say that a candidate a day prior should meditate in such a way he should not be clear about all his thinking and keep his mind a blank slate and unbiased, so that when he's writing his stories he is not being prejudiced by whatever things which has happened a day prior, or might be any of the reflection of the incidences or the past memories which affects his testing. Number 2, a healthy mind. A healthy mind can only happen if the body is healthy. So a candidate should make sure that he should get up early in the morning, he do his routine properly, he is physically fit and is in the right state of the mind to sit in the examination and conduct the entire testing process in one go. Because actually the candidate has to sit in one stretch sometimes for about 2 hours, about 120 minutes, might be 180 minutes. So during that modal time, he should be fit enough to sit in one go. Number 3, the most important part is the quality versus quantity. In each test, there are a set of instructions, and our candidate has to write a particular amount of words in the TAT, about 100 words, good number of a good sentence in WAT, good detailed responses in SRT, and paragraphs, opinions in SG, self-description test. So during that time, both matters, the quality of the content which he is giving during the testing and the quality. So those two things, are very, very important. So one should make sure that he has to, have a right time management, such that he can at least reflect, or he can at least give 100 words, about 100 words in TAT stories, a good observation sentences in WAT, good response in detail, which is grounded to the reality in the situation reaction test, and a little paragraph of opinion for each underheads as per the parent's opinion, self-description, parent's opinion, or the friend's opinion, employee's opinion about himself and what kind of person he would like to be. So those things plays a very important role. So basically, he has to have equal measure of the quality and the quantity, and has to walk away in the middle path, such that he can justify his testing process during that particular time. Number 3, what happens basically in these 2 tests after the TAT? Those 4 minutes can be done very easily, but in WAT and SRT is clearly time bound. Each test, each word in WAT is reflected for 15-second duration, and for the SRT it's about 60 situations in 30 minutes. That worked about 30 seconds for each situation. So there's literally a person, get pressurized under time bound. So a candidate during this time, miss the sequence. You should make sure that the sequence are always maintained, such that it doesn't create a bit of confusion and little become quite bad when he's not aware that which sequence he's following during his process of testing during WAT and as well as SRT. So, fifth is basically you should not have a preconceived idea. When you have a preconceived idea, you always make mistakes. You have something, you are already made up with a particular story, and when you see and just relate that story with that picture, you already prepared with that, and with a preconceived idea, you start writing that. So generally, assess think that the candidate might not have able to understand or understood the picture rightly, and that shows a negativity on the part of the candidate. So candidate should avoid a preconceived idea. Preconceived idea say totally no. Handwriting. So it's often that a candidate when he's appearing for the test at one point of time he get totally time bound and time pressed. So if he is not legible and under stress or under duress, he will not able to write properly. So he will not able to reflect his right thought process to the assessor. So basically again it becomes a big issue, and naturally the candidate will not able to perform very well. So practice by the candidate has to be done in such a way that he or she can on regular interval can able to write good stories and looking at the both normal situation and dynamic situations in a most effective manner. Seventh point is basically follow all rules and regulations. All the procedures has a set of rules. All the tests have a set of rules, and these rules are important prior to the test. The candidate has to make sure that he or she should listen to the instructions very carefully. If he is not listening to the instructions very carefully, what will happen is they will miss the important points, such that in test number 1 they are not aware about the number of words they have to write, such that they are not even aware about what they have to write in the story part. In WAT, if they miss one of the sequence of the word, so the entire sequence go for the entire sequence get jeopardized. Similarly with the SRT, if you're not listening to the instructions properly, so again he or she might miss the sequence in the SRT, and you will not able to do justice to these situations. And in the opinion part, in the self-description, if he is not able to write in paragraph form, instead he writes in the sequence form, so the entire process got jeopardized. So avoid that. So candidate should listen to the instructions very carefully. If you can get over with all the 7 silly points, silly common mistakes, then I think so a candidate, if is well prepared, will 100% make sure that he'll get through the psychology testing. Next time I'll come with more detail about how to write a good story in TAT. Jai Hind.